Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, and today it's going to be a Patreon cast from two people who are subscribed to me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $10 a month. And let's go ahead and get right into game number one here. Bottom left, we have Mac Winston. He is a red Zerg player. And then in the top right, we've got Omni. Or Omni, possibly, because it's like Omni-Man in Invincible, which is a pretty darn good show on Amazon, adapted off of a graphic novel. Or comics, I think. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is. Maybe Omni. Anyway, we're going to call him Omni for Omni-Man. And are we scouting? Are we scouting Omni? Yes, we are scouting with the SCV. I knew my messaging would pay off one day. Scout, you guys. If you're lower than Master's level or High Diamond, go ahead and scout so you know what your opponent is up to. Use a worker. I promise you scouting with a worker at Platinum level, at Gold level, will not cost you the game, alright? Okay, see, look, scouting with a drone is Mac Winston. Alright, so, SCV says, 16, 18, 17. There we go, Mac Winston knows the Zerg build order, and one Rax expand. Oh, harassing. It's like, wait a second, you're a Zerg player. Oh, that was cool. This drone's like, I could have scouted. I could have seen how many gas geysers had been taken, but now I'm stuck outside. Oh, cruel world. Omni, there you go. I was going to say, a little bit late on the Reaper, but, you know, better late than never, as always. Can you hit that SCV? No, he's inside. Yeah. One of the fewer things of RNG in all of StarCraft 2 is where the SCV is when it's building, right? Where it goes, where it starts, where you can attack it. RNG, man. So, Command Center coming up outside. Oh, Omni, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Like, your opponent did actually go for a 16, 18, 17. You know that pool didn't finish anytime, you know, not too long ago. But I guess maybe you're worried. Why is this Reaper not killing that drone? Alright, this Reaper's name is blank. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. There is no name here. Weird. The meta Reaper names are always fun. So this Reaper's name is blank. This Marine takes care of the drone, no problem. Reaper just goes right into the main. Wow, okay. Just going right into the main here. And actually getting a spine. So yeah, this is definitely a bit of a lower level game. You know what? I love lower level games. They're always fun to cast. Weird stuff happens, like somebody making a spine crawler in their main base. When at 3 minutes, there's really no reason to. Your queen and your lings can handle Reaper harass, right? Well, better safe than sorry. Also, oversaturated to the main base a little bit. Need to move some workers down to the natural, because there are literally 0 drones down here at the moment. And these slowlings are chasing the Reaper off creep. It gives him a kill. Combat drugs are going to start healing him up pretty darn quickly, and now here they come. And he should be able to turn around eventually and take these guys down. But speed's almost done, so if I was the Reaper, I'd be careful with that. Now, Omni is actually upgrading to an orbital before he lands it over here. So he is being extremely cautious. Meanwhile, Mac Winston takes a third base, which I love. I love taking a third base right now. The drone... Okay, so all the drones are here. You really need to start moving drones out into the natural base there. Baneling Nest coming in. I will never say no to a Baneling Nest against Terran. Really, no matter what opening they do, Banelings are going to be fine. Even if they're going back, they're going to open with something like Hellions. That Banelings will be okay against. Especially at the lower levels where Micro isn't necessarily an opposing Terran's strong suit. There we go. Okay, so we do the Maynard transfer down here to the natural base. I call it a Maynard transfer. It's a Brood War term, but I think it applies to StarCraft 2 as well, honestly. The American Terran player Maynard, who played back in, 98 through about 2001, he came up with the concept of, making more workers at your main base while your second base is being made, and then just transferring them down, and that's a Maynard transfer of the workers down to the second base, and everyone's happy. Before, everyone just kind of like saturated their main base and then sent workers one by one over here, and it was a different time. People weren't quite sure how to play StarCraft yet, which is always a fun thing, right? So Zerglings trying to see if this is a tight wall. This is a tight wall, and they get out of there without losing anybody, which is great. Meanwhile, Reaper is back. Blank the Reaper is back. He's got all of 1 kill to his name. He's going to run for the scout. He's going to get the scout. He's also going to die, but he got the scout. He saw the Baneling nest. Ooh, he kind of got stuck there a little bit, huh? Did he see? He saw the Roach Warren too. So, yeah, that's actually... I mean, generally, you don't want to make a building you're not going to use. But heck, that's at the professional level. That screws them up. But if you want to make every building known to the sun, so when you get Reaper scouted, your opponent has no idea what you're actually doing. That's actually not a terrible idea. But 3 bases for the Zerg here at 520. I feel good about that. The worker count is not quite heavy enough to get that 3rd and 4th gas. You really want to get up to about 40 to 45 total workers, and 37 is close. But I don't feel great about it. Also, saturating your 3rd base is scary because look how exposed this is. If Hellions came in here, you'd be in a lot of trouble. I do like to saturate this base first, and then go for the 3rd, but it's all good. It's all good in the hood. Got another barracks coming up. Got some medevacs here. Got some Hellions. Now, here's a lesson for Omni. If you want to make these Hellions, which is awesome, make Hellions early game versus Zerg. Actually, send them out and try to kill stuff. Right? If you came into this 3rd base, there's one queen to try to kill you. No, all your Hellions could roast up every one of these drones. No problemo. Oh, here we go. And then it would be a sad Zerg. Zergs have to learn how to defend against this Hellion stuff. Usually it's going to be a lot of queens. There are 4, which is not enough, right? You really kind of sort of want to be non-stop making queens in the first, 7 to 8 minutes of the game. So you have enough queens, 7 to 8 to 9 to 10, to where you can kind of set up a wall and keep these Hellions out, Because as it stands, these Hellions, I feel like, are really going to get some work done. So, let's see, unless the Banelings connect. Oh, pretty decent. Oh, the Banelings are sort of connecting. Ah! And there's a I love the spine. Did this move from the main base? Maybe it did. So, alright. That was pretty well defended by Mac Winston. 6 drones have died so far. That's pretty acceptable. Not bad. Alright, so 3rd base. There. Creep spread. Pushing right side. Pushing left side. Strong side. Got a Viking out to kill overlords, which I like to see that. See how little the missiles are that come out of a Viking? They just look so tiny. So tiny and non-threatening. 3rd base by Omni's coming up, and the 4th base by Mac Winston is also coming up. So the timings here, good. I don't have many complaints about the 4th base timing here at all. Infestation Pit at 7:30 is kind of cool, though. Alright, Infestation Pit, Hydralisk Den. See, you scan, and you're like, alright, Baneling Nest, Roach Warren, Hydralisk Den, Infestation Pit. 2 evolution chambers. What are we dealing with here, says Omni. I don't even know. What the heck strategy is this? So when in doubt, honestly, Marine, Marauder, Medevac will get it done for you here, Omni. He needs to go for a drop or something. Again, traditionally, if your opponent is a Zerg player, you gotta harass them to death. You gotta really slow them down economically. If you can't, then suddenly you're going to find yourself in a position where they overwhelm you with stuff. Now, Mac is only at 31 workers. He hasn't done a great job replacing drones, which is why his money is so low. He's kind of trying to. Have a little, roast some marshmallows on that burning Zergling corpse. So, alright, so it's a Ling Roach play here. So, okay, I kind of like this. Banelings, Ling Roach Bane. I'm not going to complain about it at all. 3rd base by Omni really shouldn't be in planetary, but at this level, making it a planetary is not a bad idea. And again, I don't think it will kill you if you're at this level of StarCraft, wherein the APMs are about 100, right? I don't know, 350 on average. We're actually increasing. Oh, now we're dropping again. That's what this is all about, right? So, drone, right? During the attack, drone, expand. We're only at 41 workers here for Mac Winston. He's got extractors that he's not mining from because he's had to use a lot of drones for buildings. And drones have died from Hellion harass, and he needs to make hatcheries, and those cost a drone. So, economically, not so hot. Really should, at 9 minutes, for sure, you should be able to be at least 65, 70 workers. And not really working on that. 43 is just not ample. However, if you do shut down your opponent's 3rd, and they're stuck on 2 bases for a while, it's not bad. Not a bad thing, right? Your economy doesn't have to be perfect because you've managed to shut their economy down to a certain extent. Love it. Also, getting burrow and throwing up a burrow underneath where this command center wants to land and forcing the Terran to burn a scan is good. What's even better is if the Terran doesn't know what's going on, which I think you're at a high enough level where the Terran knows if you can't land the command center, scan and see what's under there. See what's burrowed into the ground, which once again, it doesn't make any sense, but why a command center wouldn't be able to land on a burrowed Zergling. So, alright, pretty good response there. Not too shabby. A couple drones died. Maybe one. Actually, zero. Zero drones died. Ah, incroyable. Incredible stuff. Creep spread, a little bit neglected here. We've got some tumors that are ready to rock, but if you're being dropped and you're worried about further drops, oh, look at this, man. Remember when I was like, Omni, you gotta harass. This is Omni harassing everybody. I like it a lot. He killed a couple drones. He picks up and he gets out of there when the army arrives. I love that. He knows how to boost with his medevac. Third base still not landed again. This is a problem for Omni. Land your third base, Omni. Do it for Ire. Wait, do it for the Dominion. Or like, I don't know, for Raiders. Whatever you want to be doing it for. We're going... Ooh, okay. Alright. We're going for pathogen lands. I don't feel good about this Ling attack at all. Nor these roaches, to be honest with you. Tanks are so good versus roaches. Yeah, okay, so these, yep, 8 kills, 6 kills, 6 kills, 13 kills. Yep, these tanks did great for themselves. Yeah, Roach Hydra, Baneling, all three of those units, pretty bad against Mass Tank, it turns out. So looking good from Omni there. Handled that pretty effectively. So Pathogen Glands, Burrowing Claws, or Tunneling Claws, rather, on... Does he have Burrow? He doesn't have Burrow, but he's getting Tunneling Claws, which maybe Mac needs to learn. You also need Burrow to make use of that upgrade. It's a weird upgrade, right? Like, what other upgrade can you get that doesn't do anything for you until you get a second upgrade, right? Yeah, I don't think there is one. I don't think there's another one that fits the bill. That is the lone thing in StarCraft 2 that is that way. Okay, just walking into a spine. Yeah, so pro tip, don't, with your small group of Marines, don't wander into spine crawlers, yo. Recommendation, don't be doing that. Alright, so the Zerg player. Looking okay. Again, 44 workers is not enough, but we're making 6 drones right now, which is good. Omni on the other side, his third base is finally up and happily running. He's making more tanks and Marauders and Marines and Vikings and Medevacs, and I love this composition from him a lot. We got a Widow Mine in the front in case a bunch of Zerglings shows up again. Then he can murderize them with said Widow Mine. And Los Ultralisks. The Ultralisks are going to come in here too. Neural Parasite getting researched. So this feels like a bit of a too low of a game to have Neural Parasite do stuff, but you know what? I believe in Mac Winston and his ability to use Neural Parasite to great effect. Got more Hydras in production. Again, Hydras on their own are just not going to do well against Terran in general. If you Hydra Ling Bane, and the Hydras are used to kind of snipe down Marauders from distance, and like Medevacs and Liberators and stuff, sure. But just in a straight up engagement, Hydras are going to be so bad against Marine Marauder like this. So this is a beautiful drop, man. Omni is just... they're not flawless drops, right? But they're getting work done. They're forcing a full evacuation, and then you pick up before everyone dies. Okay. Or you pick up some people, and other people... Oh, nice save. Or and some people get picked up. Nice. Other people get left behind to die horribly. Alright, so Omni got another base here. Zerg player needs, honestly, another hatch. Like, expanding here would be good, but the Medevacs are kind of sharking around that area. Expanding here would be good. Alright, cool. So we're going to take that base. Hop it, skip it, a jump from this base for Omni, though. You got to watch out for that. Omni-Man is a scary customer. So it's 180 to 118 supply. Dude, Omni's macro has been so good. So good. Constantly producing units. He's got Medevacs. He's got a good number of them. He's got a bunch of siege tanks, Marines, Marauders. Really going to want a lot of Banelings to deal with this. And I don't know about the tanks. I think the tanks are kind of amazing. However, if your army is out, well, you are cruising around. Oh, there, we're coming back. gonna say, maybe it turns into kind of a base trade or something. This is not enough Zerg. Oh my gosh, this is not enough Zerg. So good fungals. Alright. Pretty nice hits there. Wow, what the what? That was enough Zerg. That was totally enough Zerg. Okay. I guess when there's no micro at all, versus those banelings, sure, that can happen. The fungals were great too. Very, very impressed with those fungals. Counterattack, this has got to be a planetary 4th base, and it is from Omni, but it's not a planetary yet. Also, do we have adrenal glands? No. We have a hive, though. Wait, do we? Yes, of course, we have an Ultralisk Cavern. Oh, canceled. Alright, so this is great. This is really good. Again, base denial here from Mac. Keeping the Terran terrified on this side of the map, forcing him to lift. Excellent stuff. Creep spreading up in this direction would help me feel a little bit more comfortable about things too, but expanding in the bottom right is also very good. So suddenly Terran back on 3 bases, and yeah, depending on the time of the game, 3 bases can mean a lot in a TvZ. It can mean many, many different things. Look at this. Sometimes spine crawlers, when they kill stuff, like the little tendril pulls the corpse into the air and it kind of floats. It's exactly what happened right there. Omni's going to try to burn down a hatchery with Hellions, which, no. Nope, that's not going to work. Especially if, wow, okay. Especially if you just stand there and all of your Hellions die. Okay, fair enough. So it's 125 to 141 supply, a better situation than Mac Winston was in previously. I still can't believe he held off that attack. That was insane. That was an insane hold at about, what was that, 14 minutes, 13 minutes? Really good. Mac Winston is at 67 workers. Can't complain about that too much. Kind of splitting on the way. Adrenal Glands is coming. And actually, making some of those Ultralisks, which I am not going to complain about in this game. Ultras are going to be really good, especially against a Terran who doesn't seem particularly interested in, you know, kiting or splitting all that much. That's where Ultralisks have problems, is when there is extreme elite level splitting, right? And kiting, especially. So it's a lot of banelings. We're looking at 46 banelings. Working on 2-2 upgrades for said banelings here at 17 minutes. The army is scouted out here by Omni. He's going to try to baneling bust this planetary, which he's going to do because planetaries can't run. Yeah, alright, so 4th base down, but do you have enough to handle this army? Oh! The retreat into the siege tanks, not really attacking while retreating, which isn't great, as the siege tanks get largely wiped out. There's one siege tier, another one shows up. That's a lot of bio, man. It's 110 to 44 army supply. Get out of there, Mac Winston, but you killed the 4th base, and that's what matters. Right? Totally destroyed Omni's economy to a certain extent. 41 workers here for Omni. Mac Winston is at a full 77. Yeah, that's much better for the Zerg player. And the problem is, the counterattack from Omni is real. He's like, alright, screw this. I'm not getting a 4th base. I'm just going to kill you. Which, oh, the kiting. Oh my gosh, what? Where's this been all day? See how good it is? Oh my gosh, it's so good. All those lings died. Ultras are variously injured. But the problem here is that economically, Omni, this is a giant hole in his economy. He's on 3 bases at 18 minutes, which is effectively a death sentence if a Zerg player is on the other side on like 6. So, this, I mean, you need to kill a base with this probably. Let's see what Omni can do. Oh, oh man. All right. The Ultras are tearing up a storm. They're all dead now, though. Okay, still 90 to 32 army supply. Omni's macro is honestly pretty impressive. He is consistently producing Marines, tanks, Marauders, getting upgrades for this stuff. Mac Winston is making 2 Ultras right now and 9 Banelings, which doesn't seem like enough to handle this. So Ling's running to their deaths without accomplishing a lot there. Friendly Fire Splash is the most that they managed to deal with. Baneling's very smartly pulling back. Omni with a scan right here and killing these tumors would be amazing. Like, super good. Scan. Kill the tumors. Come on. He has scans available. I know he does. That's a full energy orbital right there. He's just totally okay with fighting on creep right here, I guess. Yeah, Marauders. 3-3 Marauders versus Spines. Not even close, baby. Alright, and Mac Winston gonna lose the 9 o'clock. It is gone. He does have this bottom right base. He can run all the drones too, which is great. That's what Omni needed to do. He needed to kill a base and possibly two. Trying to kind of Ling Bane up here and get rid of this larger number of tanks all kind of clumped up right here. He's gonna get two of them. Oh, that tank explosion. Hey, we're scanning. We know how to kill tumors now. Oh, I guess he scanned earlier too because those tumors are gone. And Omni decides it's time to pull back. You're at 101 to 38 army supply, Omni. I feel like pushing is not a terrible idea right now. There's just not a whole lot here for Mac. At all. But, you know, this is what creep does for you, right? If there's creep, Terrans are kind of afraid to push too deep onto it. So they'll kill it, but then it takes a while to recede, and that gives you time to make more stuff. Yeah, see, tumors down. This base looks like it might just be toast. If you can kill it before these Banelings pop, there's 20 Banelings on the way, but yeah. Hatch down. So that's 2 hatches down. Ooh, very cheekily retaking that 9 o'clock base is Mac Winston. I kind of love that from him. Also, did you need to expand? Omni, I know you don't have the minerals to expand right now, but you need to expand before you're mined out and you have to long distance mine to take a 4th base. I really don't see a path to victory for you the longer this game goes on. I know you have 120 army supply to 60 for Mac. That's great, but Mac's double expanding on the sides, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And the longer this game goes on, the worse it is for you, Terran player. Tanks behind these rocks are so good. Oh, they're so good. Oh, the choke is amazing. Oxide has some really nice places to set up siege tanks. Omni knows how to do this. He knows what he's doing. Look at him know what he's doing. So, oh, but hang on. Trying to get rid of some of the siege tanks back here. Don't mind us, Marines and Marauders. Oh, the Banelings! Oh, wow. Just obliterating that Ultralisk. All those Banelings died. Took a bunch of Marines with them, but it's 89 to 42 army supply. Mac is just backed into a corner here. Oh, Omni can lift off this orbital and just put it right here. I've been looking at this little 2 command center setup, or this one. You're mined out. Omni, if you lose this game, it is going to be solely because you didn't retake your 4th base after Mac Winston killed it at like the 17-minute mark, man. That's it. I can give you one reason why you lost. That's the one. I mean, it's not over. Your army's supply advantage keeps getting smaller, though. Zerglings, Widowmine. Ugh. 3rd base entirely undefended. But, so this is maybe a move? That should probably work, honestly. So lift this. Nope. Oh, look, he did send the orbital over here. Let's see if Mac Winston figures it out. So this hatch is dead. Dead as a doornail. Oh, this base getting dropped too. This is turning into a pretty tight finish. All things considered. Oh, Omni, but all of your income though. Oh no 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 no. Worker count. Down to 14 workers. Bad. No income at all. Also bad. Army value good. Like stop for. Oh, your medevacs are out of energy. I was gonna say stop so they can heal you. Oh wait. Oh, they have full energy. That's why the bar wasn't showing up. Yeah, definitely stop and let them heal you. Woo. Being healed is important right now. Killing this base, like this is Mac Winston's only lifeline right now, is this bottom right base where there's mining happening. There's not mining happening anywhere else on Earth. Did you scan this? Did you scan this? You know this is here. Scan again. Kill these tumors. How much scans do you have? Not enough. It's a bunch on this one. Alright, so tank siege up. Oh, friendly fire tank splash is a problem. Ultras, Banelings, the tanks are all gone, and I think that might be it. Omni, his army gets wiped out. He's down to 33 army supply. The end. Mac Winston manages to scrounge up enough Ultras and Banelings to face mash directly onto those siege tanks. Omni landing his 4th base with all of the 14 SCVs which he owns. And some of them are heading across now. Are those all of them? These might be all. Well, some of them anyway. 13, I think, is here. Because this is 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 12. 12 on a row. Oh, are they target firing Ultras? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The Ultras are just dying, though. Do they not have upgrades? I'm realizing they got +2. Carapace and Chitinous, they're just one off from being max upgraded. So that's good. Right side base for Mac Winston. Coming up again, left side barely sort of mining here for the 44 workers that Mac Winston currently owns. He's at 76 supply, but it's 39 for Omni. Killing this top left base is a death knell. Oh, okay, yeah, fine. Chase Marauders, that's cool. That's fine. Get out of here. Run. Run. Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, he doesn't know. Dude, this Widowmine, though? 17 kills on this Widowmine? What? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, he's going to get more, too. Where is your Overseer? No, 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 no. Get out of there. Shoo. They're shooing. Scan this yet? Nope. This is a massive miss for Mac Winston. Like, this is all that is keeping Omni alive right now. There's one Widowmine to protect it. And the only thing that is standing between it and absolute... Oh, did we miss a huge Widowmine hit? So Widowmine is here with 17 kills. Oh, it wanders down here. Doesn't kill any drones. But then all these lings come in, and oh my gosh, okay. Alright, well that Widowmine paid for itself about 18,000 times over. Well done. Yeah, this is where scouting is so important. It is so important to scout well, because that base, that's it. This game is over if Mac knows that base exists. Omni's able to scrounge up another army because of that one base. Look at this. He keeps thinking. He's like, oh, is he back here? No? What? Where? How is he still getting money? Maybe there's... Oh! He says. Is there enough? Oh, these guys are all dead. Goodbye, Roaches and Hydras. Wow. Okay. All right. 65 to 29 army supply. Mistake has been reckoned with now for Mac Winston. He knows. He knows he done messed up by not scouting that top left. And now he just needs enough to deal with this army and dealing with that top left base, and he can probably win this game. That is some disgusting positioning. Drones getting killed like crazy. Still 43 for Mac Winston, which is not great, but there's only 14 for Omni, so hey. Or Omni, and another hatch down. I mean, if you kill... What's the 5th hatch killed today? If you kill 5 hatches in a 20-minute game, you're doing all right for yourself. In fact, you're doing real all right for yourself. These drones are like, I guess we're working on the right side of the map today. 30 lings in production, some Banelings. We already have a couple Ultras out. One of them, never mind. One Ultra list, because that seemed ample. I don't know. This is... It's turning into a good one. I do have a TvT coming up after this. So if you're interested in watching a TvT today, then we've got more stuff after this game. So don't go anywhere once this game is over. Well, this is a twofer. It's not a non-sneaky twofer. Dude, this base, though, is all that Mac Winston has for money. Well, and this base, which is almost out, but... Drone count knocked down to 21, and another hatch dies. But guess who figured out where to kill all of the economy for Omni? Ugh, Widowmine connects. Did you bring an Overseer with you? No. protection is for other people, not for me, says Mac Winston. You really sending a drone up to expand there immediately after your base died? So Omni's down to one, look at this, down to one drone, or one SCV. And he doesn't have enough money to make another hatch. So this is not good. This is absolutely bad. Yeah, what a game this is. Is this the final hurrah for Omni? Is this all he has? If he can win with this army, I think he can continue onwards here and win the game. Is he out of orbitals? No, he's not, because he just scanned. Oh, he's got mules. He's using it for mules instead of scans. Ah, is that just too much Zerg? I don't know. Pull back. Kite. Kite as much as you can. The siege tanks are moving around and around and around and around. Hydras. No. Oh, the Hydras are dead. No! Omni's got an army. It's 71-6 army supply. Run, drone. There's only 16 of you left. Another hatchery is going to get killed. The Terran is going to have killed 8 hatcheries today. If he doesn't win with 8 hatcheries, I don't even know what to tell you right now. What do you have to do, Omni, to win this game? You got to go, that's a GG. Omni is your winner. And Mac Winston taps out in 30 minutes and 29 seconds. Mac Winston. So, Mac. Wow. Mac Winston, you were great. Thank you for sending me this replay. And thank you, blah, 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 blah. Let's say that again. Man, this was a good game. That was amazing. That was such a close game. And Maxton sent in the replay, earning my everlasting respect. Sending a replay to one of your favorite casters where you lose? Man. Oh, this is another army. So yeah, 82-4, 1 SCV from Omni. Mules, the only source of income. Holy smokes, that was great. That was honestly a good game. APM 167 for Mac Winston, 153 for Omni. End of the day, 19 Ultralisks died and 8 hatcheries. That's crazy talk. 89 drones, 54 SCVs, a planetary, a command center, and an orbital all walked into a bar. Brutal. Resources lost here. 52,800 for Mac and only 35,000 for Omni. Like, that's a massive difference, too. So both players, nobody played perfectly, no. But you know what? That's what's the fun of these lower league games is anyway. Like, that was magnifique. So good. Hit that like button if you haven't already. So next game up is going to be a TvT sent in by another patron. I don't know how it can live up to game number 1 here today, but we will see what he can do. So stick with it. We'll be right back with that. Alright, so game 2 of our non-sneaky twofer is between Hyper One and Sloppy Kit here on Everdream. This is an old ladder map. Maybe not super old, but it's not in the current map pool. Top right, we have our red Terran player, Hyper One, and in the bottom left, a blue Terran player. It is Sloppy Kit. Now, this is either a very early scout or a proxy barracks. We're going to have to see which one it is here. Alright, so TvT fans, welcome to a TvT. Again, one of these players is supporting me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for $10 a month, which gives them the right to send me one replay every single month, and I will cast it, no questions asked. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so what are we doing? What are we doing here? It's not a proxy barracks, just scouting around. Here is the Hyper One. Checking things out, seeing what's on this side of town. And just making a barracks back home. Getting double gas. Only single gas here from Sloppy Kit. Make battle cruisers. Do it for me, Hyper One. I know this is a game that's already been cast. Or already been played. So we can't change what happens here. But honestly, it'd be super cool. Ooh, 2 Raxer. Wait, was that a... He canceled something. Was that a factory and then he went 2 racks? He changed his mind on that one? That could be interesting. We'll see what we get. Obviously, a little bit behind here is Sloppy Kit, but not by a whole lot. Just going to go 1 Rax, expand a Rooney. Dang, very brave. Against what this is turning out to be a 2 Rax opening, which can just show up with like 12 Marines and you kind of win, you know? We'll see. We'll see what we get here today out of Hyper 1. It is a Reaper, so both players are going for Reapers. Now, if they're just going to sit back and defend, I don't want to name them, but if they're going to move out and try to kill each other and stuff, then I think we'll give them names. How about that? Is that fair? That's fair. Oh. Okay, Hyper 1's moving. Let's go. This is X19JA, an Officio Ascenorium Vincaire operative, was sent on a mission to eliminate a heretic leader. This is definitely Warhammer. In Segmentum Obscurius, but after traversing through the warp, he ended up in the Caprulu sector in another universe where he ended up in a Reaper suit. The Emperor protects. Oh, well he's... Wow. He immediately lost that battle. So this Reaper is your winner. He's got 1 kill. Ooh, Hyper 1 going more Reapers, though. He's got more where these ones came from, promise you that. Alright, so everything is looking Reaper here today from Hyper 1. Gonna go ahead and toss down an expansion. In the meantime, Sloppy Kits is already done. Sloppy Kit doesn't have much of an army per se. He literally has 1 Reaper and 23 SCVs. But Hyper 1, you know, it's got 3 Reapers and 20 SCVs. So this Reaper kind of giving up on things. I mean, this guy should be dead, right? Oh, he took... Yeah, okay. He could have run. Like, he could have run for it here and maybe made it out. But he chose to go right, and therefore he was trapped and dead. Angles matter. They matter a lot in StarCraft 2. Submarine production has begun. A siege tank would be sick against all these Reapers for sure. So we're not getting Battlecruiser. We're getting a mass Reaper play here out of Hyper 1 to start this thing off. Because, again, that is kind of TvT in a nutshell sometimes. Sometimes you get these very, very silly Reaper versus Reaper things that just... It feels more like luck than skill for who wins these things. So, no bunker for you. No SCV for you. No KD8 charge hitting themselves a little bit. No walling for you either. Enough Marines maybe to cause... Oh, a medevac. That's a problem. Another... Oh, Reaper goes down. Another Reaper shows up to replace the one that is dead. A Hellion is so good here, too. And... Oh, dead. And... My gosh. Marine dead. Reapers struggling so mightily to stay alive. But 2 kills on this Reaper. He's going to join his buddies. We should maybe be done with those. I don't know that we're making good trades here, to be honest. It's 700 the resources lost for Sloppy Kit, 587 for Hyper 1. The Reapers are back. Still no bunker, but 2 Hellions is... Ooh, 3 Hellions is better than 1 Hellion. And yeah, that bonus versus light kicking in quite nicely. Quite nicely. And this Reaper may do well just to get out of here, to be honest. Okay, never mind. Didn't want to get out of here and is therefore dead. Starport coming in from Hyper 1. He's not just leaning on this Reaper play. It's just harassment. He's here to keep Sloppy Kid inside his base. Maybe kill a few SCVs while he's at it. He has killed 4, which is not bad. Hyper 1 getting a bunker of his own after denying the bunker of Sloppy Kit for so long. Getting an orbital. Oh, and it is a fusion core. Okay, Hyper 1 coming through with a battlecruiser replay for me here today. But yeah, if you're watching this, be sure to check me out at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. You can support me for as little as $1 a month. If you'd rather support me directly through YouTube, you can do that as well by clicking the little join button down below the screen here, below the video here. It is country dependent on that one. Not every country has the join button, but if you do, you can join me for as little as $1 a month there too. All right. So, ow, ow. Reaper's just poking, and ooh, Concussive Shell slows the one, but he does manage to make it out anyway. So here comes a Hellion drop. It's not the scariest thing I've ever seen. It really should be able to kill a few SCVs here. Hyper 1's making a battlecruiser and a siege tank, and a Banshee earlier, and getting hyperflight rotors, which is exceptionally fun. No! Don't attack Hellions with SCVs! Oh, he's trying to split them. Really is trying to split them here. Where's that Banshee at? Did you cancel You were making a Banshee. Where is it? Oh, okay. That's so many dead S. Oh, the Banshee is just not even interested. 5 SCVs go down. Could have been so much worse. All right. Let's see. Tanks, Vikings on the way. I love a Viking answer to a Banshee. It's a great answer to a Banshee because Banshees can't shoot them at all. Go? All right. If you're waiting for Hyperflight Rotor, it takes a while to come in. Also, oh, turrets and everything. Oh boy. Ow. 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 This turret's not getting up. Not on my watch. Oh, and now dead. Okay. So Banshee harass, not accomplishing very much. Medevac, heading on home. Got a battle cruiser ready to jump. Are you ready to jump? Are you ready to jump, Fifi? No, not interested in jumping at all, it turns out. Huh. Well, Yamato's on the way. So, okay, this is smart from Hyper 1, right? You slow walk the battle cruiser across the map, attack with stuff, and then when it's going to die, you jump it back home. It is basically impossible to lose battle cruisers if you use this method, and you're quick. And you're on time with the jump home, with the evacuation, right? Third base coming in here from Hyper 1 at 750. Third base for Sloppy Kit. About the same progression there. So, here comes Le Battle Cruiser, which Sloppy Kit has scouted. He knows it exists. And his anti-air stuff consists of 2 Vikings and 8 Marines. And turrets. There you go. Pull the Viking out of range of the battle cruiser. Oh, it did not quite do what it was supposed to do. I love this. Outranging the Marines. This Viking is just getting too familiar with the battle cruiser here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 7 kills, 8 kills. What confuses me most here, though, is that he's not making another battle cruiser. But he's getting the Yamato upgrade. So traditionally, how this works... Oh, this is decent kiting now. How this works is you get more than 1 battle cruiser if you're getting Yamato. Jump, 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 jump. Oh, you did not jump when I told you to jump. And the battle cruiser died. Another battle cruiser on the way now, though. But that battle cruiser paid for itself. It's 1,900 resources lost for Sloppy Kid and 2,000 resources lost for Hyper 1. So maybe not. Maybe... The battle cruiser has not entirely paid for itself there. Reaper's patrolling. Siege tank up. Third base is again in production, but nobody's decided to land one yet. Oh. Oh, here it is. Okay, okay. Multiple starports. It's gotta be Los Battle Cruisers, yeah? I feel like it does have to be Los Battle Cruisers. Third base coming up here from Salapiket. Why is this game? This game feels familiar. All of a sudden. This is bothering me. We'll see. We'll see if it continues to feel familiar or if this is just a temporary experience. Alright, so third base from Sloppy Kit coming up quite nicely. It's already done here from Hyper 1. It's already an orbital, which is cool. Sloppy Kit just has an extra orbital here. Another battle cruiser. Oh, jeez. But the Viking count is too high. Ooh, that just disappeared. No death animation for that battle cruiser, out of shame. So now the question is, are we still making battle cruisers? Because we have enough gas to make one. If you took the gas geysers down here, you could afford to make more at a time, but mass battle cruiser against this whole Viking Thor thing. The Thor, especially if it's in single target mode, right, then it does big hits of damage to air targets from a really long distance. They outrange battle cruisers, or broodlords rather. They outrange battle cruisers too, but broodlords even. That range is so good. Sloppy Kit taking a fourth base. This orbital is just not interested in being a base. It's here for, I guess, mules, and it's here for SCVs, which is cool. I'm not going to complain about that at all, but, you know. 'Tis what it is. Vikings cruising up, trying to see if there are any battle cruisers they can intercept, quite possibly. Got some marauders in the mix in case there's ground stuff to kill, because they can't shoot up at all, but everything else here is pretty good at battle cruiser killing. The thing is, there are 0 battle cruisers and none in production. So, TvT is a weird matchup. We will see a ton of units here. We got the tanks, marines, reapers, Vikings. We'll probably see a raven at some point. Got the battle cruisers, obviously. Thors, medevacs, Hellions. Like, are there many units we're not going to see in this TvT today? I don't know that we... As far as Terran is concerned, I'm not sure that we will not. How's that for a double negative for you? Building a bunch of supply depots because he is supply blocked. Sloppy Kid is also supply blocked. Oh, he's out. He just escaped the dreaded supply block experience. Scanning the 4th base. Viking versus Viking action. One goes down on both sides. Both sides decide that is maybe enough bloodshed. No, not Sloppy Kit. Sloppy Kit is here to destroy your siege tanks with marauders and Thors. And, you know, that tank's really all that should worry you is that siege tank. I'd just push up here, right? Just kill that command center. Oh, reinforcements are taking the wrong path. I hate it when that happens. The reinforcements, you're like, reinforce the front. Like, okay, we're going to run right into the army. Is that fine? The answer is always no. SCVs are here to repair these Vikings. But nope, that doesn't really help all that much. Okay, some chaos in the mix. Liberator. Yo, big time hits on that Liberator. And the Thor goes down and Sloppy Kit has to retreat. That was a pretty scary push, I gotta say, from Sloppy Kit. But by pulling all the SCVs and getting a Liberator out, that was the key to stopping the Thor. Nicely done from Hyper 1. He stays alive. Now, Fusion Core of his own coming in from Sloppy Kit. That could be just for advanced ballistics for Liberators, or it could be for battle cruisers of his own. This is definitely turning into more of a macro TvT than one where battle cruisers will not be seen all that much. Liberators, just Liberators getting double pumped here. Ooh, and a battle cruisers in production from Hyper 1. 2 command centers, 2 factories, 2 Liberators, and a Partridge in a Pear Tree, which is a siege tank. 4th base from Hyper 1 coming in. Sloppy's is already done and happily mining. He's got some Widow Mines at the front and a couple turrets in the mix here too. A little dude in the turret, or I don't know, possibly a robot in the turret. How are things for you today? Super boring job, man. Like, but I guess you don't have to move out and actively put yourself in harm's way. If you die, it's because harm found you, right? I think that's a fair thing. I think it's a fair thing to say. So nobody's close to maxed out, but again, that is what lower level games are often about, is maxing out takes a while. Liberators setting up, giving a little safe zone for these Marines to just, I guess, take down this orbital. Yeah, this is just some chaos right here. Sloppy Kit does come in with his own Thors, which, again, good against Liberators, especially coming from an angle where they're not actually circling. Not bad. It is advanced ballistics from Sloppy Kit, increasing the range this circle can be produced from the Liberator's face here. Again, big gun is out. That means liberation mode. See, hovering, right? As opposed to flying. Hovering, but with rockets on the back instead of underneath. Double planetary upgrades coming here from Hyper 1 to try to save his bases. Again, just a bunch of smaller attacks coming in here today. Liberator sets up directly in a range of a missile turret and instantly dies. That's bad. The mass Thor stuff, trying to make stuff work, but the circles, run from the circles. Yeah, get outside of the range of the circles. Yamato! Oh, hits the non-injured Thor, injuring it, but doesn't kill the already injured Thor with 7 HP. But Sloppy Kid is backing out here. Anyway, I guess... Oh, boy. Yeah, he chose to stay and try to fight, which turns out was not a great idea because all of his Thors are dead now. Yep. Mass Liberator. Kind of surprisingly good against someone who's going mech. Obviously not going to work super well against someone who just has a huge Marine Marauder ball, right? Because they will just burn your Liberators out of the sky before you kill them all. Look at this, just... That was a Marine. We're going to build a missile turret on the blood splatter of a Marine. Brutality, for sure. So everyone just kind of doing whatever they want. Nobody seems to have a really core strategy. It's battlecruisers, tanks, Liberators, Vikings, sort of, from Hyper 1. It's Tank, Viking, Thor from Sloppy Kit. I mean, it's... Yeah, nobody's going for the bio. It really seems to be some kind of a hybrid Sky Terran mech strategy from these dudes. Which, again, if you watch TvT, that's a lot of what kind of happens. Is a weird mech bio hybrid kind of a thing. Got a bunch of Vikings, you know, because you have to deal with the Liberators, right? Oh no, the Vikings are stacking up, so the splash damage of the Liberators is way more effective, plus there's enemy Vikings here, so... Never mind, Sloppy's air superiority is destroyed. Planetary does go down to the siege tanks, but the siege tanks are going to pay for it. God, Yamato on that tank as well, and then just Sloppy just kind of wandering in individual ground units to die. Not exactly how you want to do things, you know? Vikings are going to land and kill this Thor. Check this action out. Bonus versus mechanical, baby! And a battlecruiser helps with the kill there as well. This is an interesting push from Hyper 1. He doesn't have a ton behind it, but it seems to be working pretty darn well. Liberator circles getting avoided pretty effectively. This Thor is kiting, but just too much. The Viking output, that bonus versus mechanical, it's not a joke, man. TvT is fair and balanced, says Hyper 1. It is! Because mirror matchups are the only totally fair and balanced matchups in StarCraft 2, right? Because you each have perfect access to everything your opponent does. So yeah, absolutely, positively balanced in every possible way. There's no response from Sloppy Kit. He doesn't feel like what Hyper 1 says there earned a response. It's 82 workers for Hyper 1 and 71 from Sloppy Kit. Bunch of SCVs just popped. Expanding up the left side, Hyper 1 expanding down the right side before he really has enough SCVs to fully saturate this area. He's long distance mining from this base that's dead. Sending those SCVs to another base would probably be a better idea, but hey. But hey, do what you want to do. This isn't professional. This isn't Grandmaster. This is do what you want. Because StarCraft is free. Don't feel like anyone... you have to listen to anybody, right? Sure. Another attack coming in. More tanks on the ground this time. I kind of like this. Kind of like this big Thor play. Alright, so he sieges up and says, bring it! Everybody die. Siege tanks exploding everything. The Thor, bonus damage versus the Thors here. Battlecruiser up, Yamatoing down. I think a Viking there, and then jumping out, leaving the tanks alone. And you know what? Landed Vikings Thors. Not bad against them siege tanks. Both players have taken some serious hits. Both players have lost so much today. 20,000 and 19,000 in the first 20 minutes of a game. This is some pretty good stuff. Pretty good death and destruction on display in this TvT. Alright, so Vikings. Hyper 1's like, keep losing the air battle to the enemy's Vikings. Because he has 8 and I only have 3. So let's build 5 more Vikings. That will give us the official advantage. Yes? Another attack bottom right here from Sloppy Kit. This base is not integral to the plans here from Hyper 1, so losing it is not a massive, massive problem by any stretch. But if we keep moving up here, keep taking down planet... Oh, that Viking, why? Ah, died while it was in the landing animation. Liberator sets up, dies. See, this is where air superiority is going to help, but you're going to lose the planetary in the meantime. That's not good. Alright, so planetary is dead. And yeah, sure, the rest of Sloppykit's army died, but you should have been focusing on this group the whole time, because now your planetary is gone, and now it is starting to eat into the ability of you to win here, Hyper 1. I know you're up. You're actually not up in anything. You're down in workers. You're down in army right now. This base is super important. Replacing those bases, good. Get on that. Sitting on 7,000 minerals, you might as well build all the command centers in the entire world. Sloppykit, top left, expanding again. Making actually 6 command centers at once is Hyper 1. I apologize. I totally misrepresented what you were doing. You're already making all of the command centers in the world, as I told you to. So good job. Good job by doing what I told you to do before I asked you to do it. That is very impressive this way. High-sec auto-tracking on the way from Sloppykit. That will help in future battles, but for now, not ready yet. What are we even doing here? Oh, there's a lot of Marines. Remember what I said about Liberators and Marines? Siege tanks, though. Ugh. Hey, look, any Marines from Sloppykit, too. So both players just kind of mirroring each other, right? One makes a bunch of Marines, one makes a bunch of Marines. One makes Vikings, the other one makes Vikings. We're going to take every base on this map if we're not careful. This base is the one that hasn't been touched yet. It's a rich Vespine Geyser base, which is cool, because you get more trips. Or get more Vespine per trip here, yeah? Building armor on the way from Hyper 1. And I don't know, it is hard for me to know who's going to win this match, right? Sloppykit is up in worker count and army value. He's got this whole left side all to himself right now, which is great, right? He's spending his money better than Hyper 1 is as well. This base going to die again. Although it is retreating for its life, which is going to help it survive. Retreat is an important part of survival in StarCraft. And here comes Hyper 1. Again, the Marine count, honestly, good. Pretty good Marine count, but taking that splash damage from siege tanks is just the hard thing right now. Like, this siege tank's got 5 kills already. The landed Vikings, if they're doing damage, they're good. If they're taking damage, they're very flimsy. Liberator sets up here, and the Vikings take care of that, because again, air superiority in TvT is kind of a huge deal. All right. Sloppykit's reinforcements looking really good against Hyper 1's reinforcements right now. It's 155 to 109 supply. Sloppykit taking this bottom right base. This is technically Hyper 1's, so that is a big-time advantage for him. I don't think anyone's really been all that close to getting maxed out today. Just every time we get a decent-sized army, they attack each other, and then army value goes down. So yeah, this is the cursed location if you're going to try to expand in this game. This bottom right for Sloppykit. Looking good. Hyper 1 does not know it's been built upon, right? No vision there. He doesn't know about this base either. Man, is it going to be the second game in a row today where one player doesn't quite know, right? One player doesn't quite know what they're doing. Doesn't quite know where the enemy is. I guess what they're doing is not a fair thing to say. One player doesn't quite know where the enemy is, and that hurts. Again, air advantage means you can set up your Liberators and your enemy can't. So that's pretty big in TvT. Oh, it's almost full medevac. Just got destroyed there. Hyper 1 making 4 more command centers and a battle cruiser for the 6th one of the day. The first 5 have died pretty quickly. Thor's trying to get rid of siege tanks. Not actually working too well. This could be a kind of a snowball situation where one player gets a slight advantage and kind of rides it. But man, these missile turrets back here are helping so much against the Liberators trying to set up. And once again, it just looks like Sloppy Kit's going to be able to break this out. At least slow it down, give himself some time to get some more reinforcements here. As the defender, his units have to go a shorter distance to this battlefield than Hyper 1's, right? Hyper 1 got a bunch of Marines coming across. He's got all these orbitals. Sloppy Kit not microing his Vikings all that much anymore. I guess this one is getting some micro treatment, but not a whole ton. Yeah, setting up your battlecruiser in range of these turrets. Oh, it got out before it died. GG. Battlecruiser did not die. First one not to die on this side of the map. First time it gets sent over. Thor down. Vikings flying directly into turrets. And, I mean, we're just kind of A-moving here. Is that what this is? Because this siege tank's got 4 kills. This siege tank's got 7. That high ground position is so good. It is such a great position to be in. Marines. Again, I kind of feel like Mass Marine with good upgrades would be able to do this. But they've only got 1-1, which is not going to be enough at this stage. They've got Combat Shield, they've got Stim, but if they had 3-3, they'd really be able to challenge these siege tanks, especially because the tanks are only +2. As it stands, the 1-1 is not going to cut it if you're trying to deal with enemy siege tanks. They have more upgrades than you, and they're scary, and you are relatively weaker for sure. Now, the problem here for Hyper 1 is he won some battles, but he didn't kill any bases, right? Sloppykit held on to the 6 o'clock. He still has this bottom right that Hyper 1 does not know exists at all. He finally scanned this top left, which is nice. It's nice that he knows that it's here, but what can he do about it? He's going to fly his command centers over it. Is he going to triple planetary fortress rush this planetary fortress? This might be something I've never seen before, but I feel like that's what Hyper 1 is trying to do. Are you ready for this? Meanwhile, he just tossed down 1,000,000 mules on this base with all of his orbitals. He's going to try to mine his base out, and then this is the pièce de résistance. This he's triple planetary fortress rushing a planetary. Meanwhile, Sloppy Kit coming up the right side is like, why do you have so many orbitals? Alright, I did see you mule down this base insanely well. The repair on this planetary, keeping it alive during this insanity, is good. It needs to stop killing these mules and start killing planetaries. Because you don't need to repair yet. There's no, actually, none of these planetaries are attacking you at this point. Oh, these mules are expiring for no reason. The battle cruisers from Hyper 1 looking pretty intimidating indeed. And here we go. So this is where your planet... Holy smokes. I don't think I've ever seen this attempted before. I've never before seen somebody triple land command centers, buy a planetary, upgrade them all to planetaries, and kill it. That was awesome. Again, Hyper 1, he had all the money, therefore, you build all the command centers in the world. That's what you do. And it totally worked out for him. Landed Vikings have gotten some serious play today. Like, honestly, Landed Vikings have done a lot. Sloppy Kit still has an advantage, 90 to 61. Hyper 1 throws out the lull. All these orbitals. Again, Hyper 1, he had a ton of bases. A bunch of them are dead. But he still has 10 orbitals and 4 planetaries, which is pretty good. The Marines, again, would trade better against the Vikings if they had 3-3, but this is working out pretty well anyway. Hyper 1 losing battle cruisers over and over again here. Holy smokes. Another base coming up from a Sloppy Kit. You got a lot of mules when you have 10 orbitals on the map, as Hyper 1 here does. So, alright, Sloppy Kit finally taking this Rich Fisping Geyser base, which means we might see this map mined out before all is said and done. What an absolutely crazy TvT. It's been Sloppy. Sloppy Kit's name really telling us what to expect here today, yeah? Army value still. Sloppy Kit, double the army value of Hyper 1, but in this position anyway, Hyper 1 owns this quadrant. I don't know where the rest of the army is necessarily for Sloppy Kit. 2 Thors, 6 siege tank. Oh, no. Oh, it's mostly in siege tank, which this tank is doing some work. That's good. Oh, now it's dead. These tanks been set up in this position for some time. Hyper 1 doesn't get this base. He is taking the top left, though. The scene of his triple proxy planetary. Say that 6 times fast. Actually, not that hard. Triple proxy planetary. Triple proxy planetary. Triple proxy. Ooh, that actually is. That's a decent tongue twister. Huh. I didn't think it'd be that difficult. I love these Hellions chasing Thors. Never exactly what you want. And yeah, I mean, we have not seen an honest-to-goodness just mass engagement because nobody's been maxed out today. Every battle has involved army values of like 100 or, I don't know, maybe 50. It's just been the scrappiest TvT I maybe have ever seen. Another giant mule calldown from Hyper 1. He's trying to mine this base out so Sloppy Kit doesn't get it. This right side base, again, belonging to Sloppy Kit, Hyper 1 forced to lift, and we're building a command center underneath it. What are the APMs today? 150 and 172 on average. Not bad. Like, pretty decent APMs for these two players. I'm not going to complain at all. Oh, a Liberator from Sloppy Kit shows up. Just randomly killing SCVs of Hyper 1s. Bam. Like, a Liberator taking down an SCV is always a brutal experience. Also, man, I'm telling you, landed Vikings today getting more time in the sun than possibly anything ever. Hyper 1 has closed the gap in army value, and now he's up 83 to 64. Liberator dies. You know, it's the revenge factor there. I don't know, man. Sloppy Kit, this bottom right base is nice, good to have. This base is getting all mined out because your enemy keeps dropping, you know, 15 mules on it at a time. This base is okay, but a lot of these SCVs are retreating and trying to get up to this very on-fire orbital that needs repair immediately. There you go, Mule. Take care of it. But the mass Viking Marine Thor army is here. 6 o'clock. Bam. Gone. Takes it down. Does Hyper 1. He's now up 100 to 76. Sloppy kill. GG's out. Sloppy Kit, not Sloppy kill. Sloppy Kit. GG's out. What? Got 8 Liberators, 10 Siege Tanks, 8 Marines, and 4 Widow Mines. And he GG's out? Where is even this army? Where are these tanks? Just in random, different, spread out kind of places. The Liberators are coming out of starports. Yeah, I mean, that kind of feels, honestly, more like I was really bored of this game and wanted to stop playing than it was anything else, you know? Man. Anyway, that was, again, a very strange TvT. In a lot of ways. Again, the cherry on the top here was the triple planetary fortress rush on a planetary. Go figure. The mass muling of this left side base. I mean, Sloppy Kit had money left. He didn't have a lot of gas, though. And yeah, this big concentrated push on this base was massive. Sloppy Kit, these SCVs, able to mine here. Sure, they still have some mining over here, but top left belongs to Hyper 1. Probably this one is going to be next. He just saw the writing on the wall, didn't want to play it out, and that was it. So resources lost today, 64,000 from Sloppy Kit, 53,000 from Hyper One. Another battle cruiser on the way from Hyper One. How many did he lose today? Let's say 8. 7. 7 battle cruisers died today. Not sure if they all paid for themselves in collective, but yeah, that was, again, crazy stuff we've never seen before, and just a great back and forth TvT. Both players mounting attacks, getting crushed, counterattacking, getting crushed, losing bases all over the place. I mean, 2 orbitals and a planetary went down for Sloppy Kit, 3 planetaries, an orbital, and 6 command centers died for Hyper One today, which tells you what kind of match this was. 22 Thors died for Sloppy Kit. That's a lot of Thors, man. 30 siege tanks died for Hyper One, and 62 tanks died for Sloppy Kit. It's just, yeah, the deaths are amazing. All right. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic match. But that's right. That right there is gonna be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a twofer for the patrons. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.